let's see if we're received so warmly at the finish line. Sister, please, let us leave no sign unturned. How right you are, brother. Or should I say left?
Not scientifically possible!
Edgar Ellen was a show that premiered on October 7th, 2007, sprouting from a collection of shorts that was based off of a series of books with malnourished, creepy-eyed, raggedy children on the cover. Courtesy of the artist Rick Carton, giving the twins and their home a slender, dirty feel, almost as if you had plucked them straight out of the early 1800s, and the black spine with the off-yellow letters often called attention to the set in the ocean of primary colors that was children's books, with this inscription on the first page. If ever in your life you are faced with a choice, a difficult decision, a quandary, ask yourself, what would Edgar and Ellen do? And do exactly the contrary. And to this day, I just have to say that is the most innovative "don't try this at home" sticker I've seen. But in reality, they really do embody this motto, with the twins living in a decrepit tower mansion sitting atop an old cemetery with a landfill just over the fence line. The whole time being scantily held together by the groundskeeper Heimertz. The twins will toil their days away, picking through the local junkyard and playing in the cemetery. Most of their free time devoted to pranking each other with whatever they've scavenged together from the graveyard, wreaking havoc on the nearby town of Nod's Limb whenever they get bored, often singing of their destructive revelry, such as the time that they covered the townspeople in the universe's largest piece of French toast. Beyond the plots where dead men dwell, we'll dance upon the gadget swell. Here's to the junk that serves us well, and down with Knightley's new hotel. It's better than we could expect, syrup-covered, pigeon-pecked, and Knightley never did suspect the terror that we could inject. What laughs, what fun, what tours we run, what pranking, now our battle's won. The books were first adapted into 2-minute shorts that played in between other shows. The show garnered enough attention, though, that it ended up being picked up for a full 30-minute show. However, the swap from the shorts to the full series meant a switch in studios. Studio B Productions, the team that helped create the shorts, was replaced by Bardell Entertainment. This is important because at the time they were still experimenting with Flash, leading to an art direction change that strayed from the dirty look featured in both the books and the original shorts. Take the interior of the mansion seen in both versions. While the '07 series seemed messy, the shorts version had piles of collected trinkets and worn-out garbage from the junkyard. With the wallpaper peeling and cobwebs everywhere, I think you get the point. The twins were often described as sneaking or crawling about, something that was excellently showcased in the short Let Them Eat Cake, as Edgar clambers in the window. But rarely do we see any kind of movement like this in the full series. Funny enough, this episode was the only one that claimed any direct inspiration from any of the books, with the short taking inspiration from the second book in the series, Tourist Trap, and its prologue called Revenge is Sweet. Odd piece of trivia for you. The models got tweaked as well to be more flash-friendly, and unfortunately they replaced many of the interesting creeping camera angles with flat shots. Another interesting change was how some of the pranks seemed to have been toned down, almost as if they've had the malice and spite taken out of them.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
Actually, I think it's applesauce.
This reeks of twins.
Assuming Nick just didn't want the twins to seem like assholes. None of this to say that the 2007 series was bad. I actually still quite enjoy it. I just feel a little bit disappointed. It's just the shorts feel like a glimpse into something that could have transcended the Nicktoons mediocrity scale. While researching this, I came across an old thread, supposedly, take that with a grain of salt, started by a new intern at Star Farm Productions. Being new there, they were looking for input on how people were receiving Edgar and Ellen, with the interns seeming oddly surprised that there was an older fan base than initially thought. And this seemed to be where the issue started, with the target age group being 6 to 12 years old. That seems pretty reasonable and is pretty average for a show like this. However, this seemed to be a little bit strange. See, normally once per episode, they had a title card that was based on fan suggestion. The name and age of the participant would be shown in the corner. And let me just tell you, quite a few of them are over the age of 12, if not right at that high point of 6 to 12. But if it was known that an older audience was watching, why would Nicktoons keep Edgar and Ellen geared towards a younger audience? Well, it's a repeated tale in the animation industry. Older kids don't buy toys, or at least that's what the inclination was. And toy sales are the lifeblood of most cartoons. And it's genuinely disappointing to see another show go like that. But who knows, with old Nickelodeon products being revived left and right, there's maybe a possibility that it'll end up on Netflix in like 5 years or something. I'd watch it, for probably the first 2 seasons at least. Or if they just did more shorts and specials, that'd be cool too. However, this seems like one of those series that's just gonna stay in the trash for a while. It seemed that the books were well received, however, whenever I ask people about the show, half of the time they don't even remember it existed. And really, when it comes down to the 2007 version of it, Edgar and Ellen just boils down to 2 random pranksters. However, I still have fond memories of this show, and will be doing my best to follow that motto at the beginning of the book. Just think of whatever Edgar and Ellen would do the opposite.